Donald Trump has once again gone into full-blown panic mode, unleashing a midnight meltdown on Truth Social that shows just how desperate he's become. With his back against the wall, Trump fired off an unhinged post where he not only threatened his own Republican Party but also went so far as to demand actions that would, in his own words, completely dismantle our political system. It was one of his most outrageous rants yet, filled with anger, paranoia, and the kind of reckless rhetoric that highlights just how unstable he is when cornered. But J.D. Vance has faced as well. And it was all broken down by Chris Hayes right here. Just watch this.
The Trump administration's made-for-TV military occupation of the nation's capital had a featured event this afternoon. Vice President J.D. Vance, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and Trump advisor Stephen Miller went to Union Station, D.C. to make a big show of visiting the troops. Lots of regular American citizens living in our free country were there, too, and so there was some heckling. Are you gonna F a couch, buddy, is the sound of freedom. We have much more coming up on what is happening there in D.C., but for J.D. Vance, this wasn't just another bad day at work. The guy just got back from a vacation with his family in England. And we all know how tough it is to come back to work after vacation. I myself was just away with my family for the past 2 weeks, something I'm very lucky and grateful to have done. It's a privilege that I get to have vacation like that because Americans don't get enough vacation. I mean, very few Americans would say we get too much time off, except, of course, Donald Trump, who complained back on Juneteenth the U.S. has too many non-working holidays, adding the workers don't want it either. He posted that just before flying to his New Jersey golf resort for 3 days. But I saw this stat from Zatio when I was on my own vacation. I just couldn't believe it. J.D. Vance has been vice president for 7 months now. And in those 7 months, he's gone on 8 vacations. 8! His first one was 5 days after starting the job. Do you remember that? It was the Vance family ski vacation to the Sugar Bush Resort in Vermont, 5 days into the job. His motorcade was met with protesters. Many carried signs with local-themed insults like Vance skis and jeans. Some protesters even found him out on the slopes.
JD, how does it feel being Putin's puppet?
How you doing?
I mean, it is a little weird for the vice president to go on vacation less than 1 week into the job. But then he went again in March, the J.D. and Usha Vance Greenland vacation. That was going to be a family trip. Greenland, of course, the object of Trump's bizarre territorial obsessions. They had to plan an extended trip with the whole family, the kids. They ended up staying for just 3 hours at a U.S. Space Force base to avoid protests by Greenlanders.
Hey guys, how we doing? Please, at ease. At ease. Good Lord, sit down and eat. Sit down and eat. Don't let the vice president stop you guys from getting your chow here. How we doing? It's cold as here. Nobody told me.
Up next was the fabulous Vance family Italian vacation 1 month later in April. Now, for that, they shut down the Coliseum to thousands of ticketed visitors so Vance's family could have a private tour. Nice perk. Imagine saving for years for a trip to see the Coliseum and you can't because the vice president shut it down. He didn't even show for that tour, by the way, reportedly to avoid the, yes, you guessed it, numerous protesters. That's the same trip where Vance got a personal audience with Pope Francis, and the Pope died the following day.
Just how different Republicans and Democrats are. You have J.D. Vance, a complete sellout, willing to do whatever it takes to acquire power on behalf of Donald Trump and the billionaire class. And then you have John Oath, who has been consistently talking about and fighting corruption throughout his entire political career. These are two very different figures with very different appeals to very different groups of people. That's the kind of clash I could definitely see playing out in 2028. But for now, the real focus is on 2026 and how the political battles are shaping up right in front of us. What's your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.